my New Orleans sports family. As always, I'm your boy, and today our Pelican season, well, yesterday, has come to an end. As you all know, we were swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it seemed as if we didn't put up quite a fight. First game, we lost by 2 points. However, game two, three, and four, it just seems as if we was not truly in it. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand exactly where this team fell off at. We had a good thing going, man. The beginning of the season, we looked as if we was unbeatable, right? We was taking it to teams, blowing them out, hitting threes. We was making points in the paint. Was making it incredibly tough for teams to win. However, the battery's going low on that thing. However, it seems like at the end of the season, we just fell completely off. Now, from my observation, I see that the Pelicans are missing something that they truly need, and that is a traditional point guard. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Pelicans is in desperate need of a traditional point guard, something of the likes of Chris Paul. Right, I'm just keeping it real with you guys. Let me go up in here because I don't want that thing to keep beeping on you guys. Yeah, they need something along the lines of a Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Because as of right now, what they have going on with, let's say, the lack of a point guard, it isn't quite working for this team. This team needs to get back to the traditional ways of basketball, if you ask me. For what they have, they need a Chris Paul. That's what they need. They need a Chris Paul. Nothing more, nothing less. And the reason for that being is you need someone who can distribute the ball correctly to your shooters. You got Brandon Ingram, he's a shooter. Granted, this elimination game, he didn't do all that well. And he's my boy, but it just seems as if since that injury, he wasn't quite the same. In my honest opinion, I believe that Brandon Ingram was still hurt, and the only reason why he was playing because of the lack of Zion Williamson. That's how I feel. However, but you have a Trey Murphy, right? Even Herb Jones can shoot. You also have Jose can shoot, sometimes Najee. And you need someone who would be setting up those plays for you, like a Chris Paul. That is what we're missing in regards to this team. I feel if we get us a traditional point guard, we will see a difference. If you ask me, we haven't really had that in a while. I think the last point guard we had was who was our last true point guard? Was it Graham? I believe it was Graham. I believe Graham was the last true point guard. However, he didn't have a Chris Paul skill set, right? That's what you're needing at this very moment. You need to find yourself a Chris Paul. If not, you should go and get Chris Paul himself. I don't mind Chris Paul coming back, making a homecoming. I don't mind that. And I know some Pelicans fans may very well disagree, but trust me, the system that we have at this very moment hasn't been working for us all that well, right? You need to get back to traditional basketball like it used to be. That's how it should be. You should be sitting up here and allowing a leader to take the ball down the court and setting up plays. That's how I feel. That's what I feel like is missing from this team. Now, many people may have their own suggestions, and I'm pretty sure a lot of Pelicans fans most likely will be suggesting a lot of things like trading Zion, letting BI walk. In my opinion, we should be trading CJ McCollum for a true point guard. And the reason for that is the fact of if you look at the Portland Trailblazers, right, where CJ was for all of those years, and you look at the Pelicans, don't this team at this very moment kind of reminds you of that Portland team, could never really get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I feel that CJ most likely will have to get traded. And I know people are not going to agree with me on that. They feel like CJ is pretty good. But at times, I do feel like he's not fitting in. You get my drift? It's almost like CJ doesn't feel as if he fits like that of a Josh Hart or Graham, right? I feel like those people actually fit into what we were doing right now. Don't get me wrong, we won 49 games, so we did something sort of right, but we have to understand once teams figured us out, we were easy to beat, which is why the end of the season ended the way that it did. You know what I mean? For real. We need to change something. Not saying fire the coach. I'm not saying blow up the whole locker room. But I am saying bring in a traditional point guard. Because I do feel like a lot of NBA teams is getting away from that point guard play, right? And they're forgetting exactly what can help you win a game. Your point guard should not be coming off of the bench. You should have a traditional point guard playing. That's how I feel. Someone bringing down the ball, setting up plays, and allowing your men to make them. Think about that for a second. If you had a Chris Paul with Zion and Bi and also Jonas, man, you would be pretty much unstoppable. They would not know what you're doing. Because at this moment, since we don't have a point guard, defenses are allowed to focus on our top players the moment that they get their hands on the ball. So we should be getting back to that traditional NBA style of play. Bring it back, man, because I feel like this whole having all of these shooters on the court at one time may very well be the downfall for many teams, right? You need someone in there who knows how to play at the game's pace, right? Who knows how to manage the game. That's what I feel like we're missing. I say that because I see a lot of rush shots. A lot of our players are rushing shots. That's why you need a point guard, someone who will be a general on the floor, who can direct these guys when it's the right time to take a shot. Because rushing shots is only going to get you in a position where you're going to be down, which is why we was not hitting our 3 pointers. We was rushing every last one of them. We get a fast break, right? We come down. They may have one defender and two Pelican players, right? We shooting the three. Why? You should be forcing that thing underneath and trying to get yourself a foul, like all of the other NBA teams are doing. I know we want to see our players play traditionally, right? But sometimes you have to play through a lot of things. And unfortunately, you have to be strong enough to play through contact in regards to this game. You know what I mean? You have to put the ball in your court. And unfortunately, we just do not know how to do that. We don't. We do not know how to take advantage of fast breaks. So you need your point guard. You get yourself a point guard, I feel like you will be better. You may even be 10 games better, right? Instead of winning 49 games, you will probably win 59 games. That's what I feel like a point guard can do for this team. Now, as for Brandon Ingram, many people are saying that he may very well walk. I hope not. I really hope that Brandon Ingram will stay with us for a little bit. It's not too often you're going to be coming across all stars like that who enjoys the environment, right? So I really do hope that Brandon Ingram can stay with us. I really do. Now, as for Zion, I hope this guy can just stay healthy. He probably could have helped, in the playoffs against OKC. He probably could have. We need this guy to stay healthy if we're going to hold on to him. For real. But Brandon Ingram needs to stay. Zion could stay. CJ. It's probably the only person I would say trade, but only trade if you can bring yourself a good point guard, right? Everybody else is fine. Jose is fine. Najee is fine. Trey is fine. Jones is fine. They all are fine. And also Hawkins, he needs a little bit more time, Willie Green, on the screen, on the court. I say on the screen, on the court. You got to develop that boy. You drafted him for a reason. Come on now, pick it up. Pick it all the way up. But as you know, in regards to the end of the season, I am pretty sad, but at the same time, I'm also happy. The team did fight to get us into a position that we haven't been for quite some while, for quite a time. And I do feel like they did make me happy, but I would have been proud if they could have went at least deeper. The sweep just kind of hurts, but at the same time, we have to hold our heads up and understand that we're still behind this team. I'm your boy O. Hopefully you guys have watched this video all the way to the end, help you pull out that algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to do so. I am trying to reach that magical number 1,000 subscribers, so I'll be highly appreciative. You will help me cross over that threshold by hitting that subscribe button. And if you are going to hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators have uploaded videos to their platform. And don't forget to hit that like button. Tell me out the algorithm, baby. But in the comments below, let me know if you agree with me when I say that this New Orleans Pelicans team is in a desperate need of a traditional point guard. Now, you can disagree with that. And if you are, let me know in the comments below what you think that this team should be doing differently. Thank you for tuning in to New Orleans Sports Media.